Welcome, friends! Your favorite degenerates, Krista and Jason, are at it again! Let's celebrate the day!
What's the situation, Degenerate Nation?
What's happening, Degenerates?
Back for another fun-filled episode of Bad Internet Cruise Reviews.
Ooh, these keyboard warriors are hot.
So we decided to pick on Royal Caribbean today because we haven't done them yet. So everybody gets their turn.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's a doozy.
We chose the Harmony of the Seas. Big ship.
Big ship.
Now,
beautiful ship.
Beautiful ship. But whether or not it's the biggest ship, there's a bigger ship. They go like, it's the longest ship, so somebody says that's the biggest ship, and then there's another that holds more passengers, then that's, you know. So anyway, it's a big ship.
It's it's a ship of larger caliber.
It is. It's a very, very, is that the one we toured?
I think so.
Anyway,
I don't remember.
Central Park inside facing
beautiful.
balconies, beautiful newer ship, royal treatment, the whole deal.
Yeah.
But we managed to find some people that weren't happy with it.
Still. Oh no!
Yeah, go figure, right? So let's jump in. First cruise review up. Dinner that night was even worse. We went to their Serenity Restaurant, which had 5 tables seated and 20 tables open inside and 20 open outside, which were not being used. Hostess told us we would have to wait at least 20 minutes, even though there were many tables open. We waited and ordered skirt steak. What was served was not skirt steak, but a low-quality London broil, which I couldn't feed to my dog. We didn't even attempt to eat it because it looked so bad. Again, we were so aggravated we didn't eat. We decided to skip breakfast the next day to avoid the Windjammer buffet experience and go to Johnny Rockets for lunch. We arrived at 11:15, sat outside waiting for lunch to start at 11:30. There were no servers and only one manager walking around as people started to arrive. The place quickly filled up by noon. There was no one to take an order. When I flagged down the manager, he said the crew was not there yet. I guess they got stuck in traffic. Finally, one server arrived for the entire outside, which by that point was about 60 customers. Needless to say, we finally received food at 1 p.m. 90 minutes. All right, so the skirt steak got served London broil. Wouldn't even eat it. Didn't even try it.
I'm sorry.
Dog.
I am not feeding London broil to my dogs.
Well, skirt steak's not typically your best cut of beef, right?
That's what I use for jerky.
Yeah.
And I cut it cross grain because it's got the little and it tears apart easy. So, I mean,
now a ship
come on,
6,000 people on it.
Yeah.
It's there's going to be people congested in places. I think Royal's done a really good job at making availability large scale, but I think
they threw away London broil. They skipped breakfast because they didn't want to go to the Windjammer, which was a total personal preference. They chose not to do that. And then they chose to go to Johnny Rockets, which is a pay restaurant. It's not included in your cruise fare. And they, based on what I'm reading, I'm kind of reading through the lines, that they may not have put themselves out there as, hey, I need some service. I mean,
it sounds like there was nobody there in that particular, but I do love the part of the comment where it says they must have got stuck in traffic.
Yeah, that is kind of cute. The elevators were jammed up.
Okay.
Make your choices, make your plans. But sometimes you have to make a compromise, and everything makes a turn.
All right, next review. We had to check it out. Group of 4 Diamond class for cruisers. This cruise had all the makings of a great trip, nice shape, good crew, etc., etc.
Okay, hang on. Diamond class cruisers.
Good on you.
They're putting themselves out there already. Okay, keep going.
The thousands of children on board absolutely ruined it. They were everywhere 24/7. Imagine that. They didn't disappear. In every bar, store, restaurant, open space, you name it, someone else's imperated crying child, screaming, climbing on furniture, being rude, disruptive. I could go on and on.
On a family cruise line? Are you kidding me?
I put partial blame on the parents, as always. Parents aren't parents now, but they think they're their child's friend. Their children do not act as they should in public around adults. The biggest problem is that there is no retreat from these little unparented children. Not a single restaurant or bar is adults only. I blame Royal Caribbean for that. With 36 bars on the ship, you could make at least 2 of them adults only. I was not able to relax or decompress at all. I returned to work more stressed than when I left. It was a total waste of my vacation, time, and my money. As of now, this is the last and final cruise with Royal Caribbean, and I will never again book a vacation that is not an adults only due to this horrific week. By Wednesday, I had retreated to my room for the duration of the week to avoid the unparented children and others. I am disgusted that I sit here stressed from vacation. Imagine sitting in a daycare facility all day with the non-stop crying and screaming. Even Disney ship has adult-only areas. And what kind of parents bring strollers, babies, and children into the bar at 11 p.m. at night? Those parents are the downfall of our society with no parental skills. So I'm going to read between the lines a little bit here and go, this person has some issues with the world today.
This person has some issues with the world today. This person does not have children of their own.
Well, I can dig the only part of this I might be able to get behind would be the adults only places. With a ship that big, I'm sure you could manage to have some adults only stuff. And
probably kids in strollers at 11 p.m. I'm kind of in agreement on that too.
Hey man, if you want to, you don't know if they're on their way back from a show, or if they just picked them up somewhere, they're out of dinner. Mom and dad are going to stop in and have a quick cocktail. The kids feel the buzz, not the buzz of the alcohol, the buzz of the crowd. Yeah. They're on a cruise too.
They're on vacation.
If they pulled up to the bar and sat down and went through their drink package, maybe that's a little different deal.
Yeah.
But nonetheless,
I have a feeling this was probably a spring break cruise or a Christmas or Thanksgiving, Halloween, some sort of holiday cruise where a lot of families were on vacation, and this might have been either a single or a retired couple.
Somebody definitely was not kid friendly.
And they didn't just plan. You got to plan your cruises. When kids are out of school, they're going to be on vacation with their families.
Sounds like Virgin is a perfect fit for this couple.
Yes, so. I agree.
But then again, the review really went in depth about parents are just friends of their kids, and this is the downfall of society. It's like, dude, it's a vacation review. Ease off on the recommendation to society about how parenting should be done today.
Yeah, get over it.
Stay in your lane. All right, next one. Jump to the highlight. And then, no doubt, because of the size of the ship, you could barely feel it moving. It was honestly like we weren't on a ship at all. We should have just stayed on a resort and land. It would have been the same. So, you've heard us bazillion reviews about how the ship is
oh my gosh,
rocking,
the ship is rocking.
And now, finally...
The ship is too dang still.
The ship doesn't move at all.
The water's too damn calm.
Other than the fact that there's stuff going by the window and we got off somewhere different than where we left.
The water is too calm.
I could have been teleported here. I can't even tell the difference.
No, the water was too calm on that cruise. Jeez.
So sorry. Maybe we can get you a waterbed or something.
They should travel during hurricane season. They might get more of a rock.
I don't know. Wow. All right, next review. In summary, bigger is not better. You can't build relationships with the staff and feel truly welcomed and valued when you are traveling with 6,500 other people. It's too big, and it doesn't feel like a cruise ship. But then if your intention is just to be able to say you went on the largest cruise ship in the world, then go for it. Then book a smaller ship next time and really enjoy yourself.
Now, you and I really enjoy the small ships.
Well,
and we enjoy any ship.
Things being what they are today, I enjoy anything. So.
But we have really gravitated towards the smaller ships. I don't know if it's because...
it's probably price, to be honest.
It's probably price. Usually the smaller ships are cheaper, the larger ships are more expensive because they're newer, longer itineraries.
We do like to build a rapport with bartenders, waitresses,
cruise directors,
the MDR, whoever.
Yeah.
So you see people around, and maybe to that point there's accuracy, I say, but I wouldn't say that it would be like, I just can't enjoy myself on this cruise.
No. And in all fairness, the town I'm from is only 7,500 people, so that's almost the same size as a cruise ship. It's like going home.
All right. Next review. Hallways outside the staterooms. There was not a moment on that cruise where there was not empty food trays or empty drink containers littering the hallways. Even at one point, we had the misfortune of walking down the hall to our room to find that another guest had dumped a dirty nappy, and believe me, it was number 2, outside the door. Who does that? The smell lingered.
So we've heard before about the trays outside the doors. And
I've never heard a duty diaper outside the door.
I've never heard of a dirty nappy being outside the door, but I have heard. I mean, those cabins are small. I mean, get that shit out. Tuck it, put it in a plastic bag, and seal that shit.
Take a trip. Take a trip to like another restroom.
Exactly.
Or something. If you can't stand it in your room.
Yeah, but yeah, I've heard complaints before about the trays outside.
Yeah.
And you know, if the ship's moving and you're trying to go down a hallway, the ship didn't move.
This ship's like an RV parked in a park.
But if you're trying to go down the hall and the ship's moving, the trays are in the way and you might have some accidents. But yeah, the dirty nappy, that was
duty. It's duty. And believe it or not, we have another duty review somewhere coming up. So
we do?
Stay tuned. There's 2 duty reviews here. There's
duty on this. This is the duty ship.
Just lucky to have it.
Harmony duty.
Okay. Next review. Cupcake making class. Again, we planned our day around an activity that we pre-booked to then get a message stuck under the door to say it had been brought forward to 9 a.m. I'm not awake at 9 a.m. I don't want to make cupcakes with my kids at 9 a.m. on my holiday. Well, excuse me. I get that things got changed.
You gotta be flexible.
But really, a cupcake at 9 o'clock on when you're on vacation?
I'm okay
Get in the
with
vacation vibe, man. Have a cupcake.
Right? Chocolate chip pancakes. Hello. Yeah. I'm okay with that.
You
if you're
attend
not
a cupcake making class, like that's a really difficult skill to come by, and you certainly need tutelage from a professional how to make a freaking cupcake.
I'm gonna need tutelage this afternoon then.
Okay.
But no, be flexible, and if you paid for this class and you're unhappy with the time, you can always get a refund. Just call guest services and say, due to the schedule, it's not gonna work.
All the cruise lines seems like they are always tweaking the schedule, whether it's trivia or the martini class or the Moscow Mule class.
Yeah, they're always adjusting. And
what time a show go? The guy with the guitar shows up in the atrium. There's always flux, and if you're not flexible, then it's going to bite you. You're Alrighty, next review. Okay. The absolute worst part of the cruise was the food, if you could even call it food. We were shocked at how poor the quality was. For example, they serve fake scrambled eggs. You could find fried eggs, but they were dry and rubbery. The bacon was a sticky pile of fat and was super low quality. When you get a salad served to you in the main dining room, it had a pool of water in the bottom and no flavor. One night they had a salmon tartare on the menu when it came. It was made of low quality smoked salmon. The French onion soup was okay tasting actually, but it had a paper thin layer of cheese on the top that was about 2 inches in diameter. There was absolutely no flavor in anything. We joked about getting the chef a salt and pepper shaker as a gift. we began to suspect their business model is to make the main dining room food so bad that you are forced to go to the specialty restaurants, which we did. They were definitely better, but crazy pricey. We paid $16,000 for the 4 of us for a cruise, not cheap. And spent another $3,000 on the boat. Whoa! You spent $19 grand on 4 people. What did you cruise to? The frickin' moon?
Yeah. Regardless of that last sentence, the whole other thing, they're foodies, and so you have to choose your cruise wisely. Royal is known for their food.
That's
However, I have heard on a couple of vlogs. From some foodies that the Royal Caribbean's had some quality issues. Now, if you're a chef, I couldn't tell you what the problem was with the salmon. I can't tell you. You know, I'm glad they washed the lettuce.
Well,
Apparently, because it was in
it's
water.
not like lettuce by itself. It's this really flavorful event. You know?
Right?
It's freaking lettuce.
The salmon tartare, I've never had it, so I couldn't tell you if it was good or bad.
We hear food complaints. It doesn't matter what cruise review
Nope.
we do. Somebody's going to complain about food.
Every
and Royal
cruise
is.
line.
I do believe that their food is better
Right.
than most cruise lines.
I
They
agree.
probably sit in the upper tier of quality of food. This person obviously just wasn't happy.
No, and based on the price of the
Sticky
cruise.
pile of fat.
Yeah, that's bacon.
Fake scrambled eggs, like they were like my grandma, that apple
Right.
thing on her dining, plastic.
But $16,000 for a base cruise fare.
Whew, man,
So
you can get a lot of bad
must
food
have
on
been
Carnival
like
for that.
a massive suite with an all-around deck or
No
something.
clue.
I mean, wow, that's
$16,000.
incredible.
I don't know.
I don't even know I don't know what kind of suite they were in, but they were in a suite.
Well, I want that person's gig though, because
Right?
they're doing all right when you
They're
got
doing all
19
right.
grand to drop on a vacation.
Right?
Good on you.
Yeah.
Right.
Lottery, here we come.
Next review. There were no pool chairs available the majority of our trip. Passengers left towels and belongings on the pool chairs for hours on end. This was highly annoying as there were signs saying it was a 30-minute limit, but nothing reinforced by RC. Because of this, I didn't even get to swim in the pool or use the slides because there were kids everywhere. The ship was ruled by kids. We spent the last 2 days of our cruise in our room because we couldn't find anywhere else to sit on the ship. Watching the terrible TV, everywhere was packed, the noise was unbearable, so much different types of music being played and all so loudly.
Well, at least it wasn't a funeral cruise. But
Right, I really love this step back in time than when we all were complaining about chair hogs.
Right?
Now
so
we would
got
just
a chair
relish
hog.
the opportunity to fight for a chair.
Oh, yes.
I'd stand in the sun.
And in all fairness, most cruise line, they post signs, yes, but they don't want to irritate their cruise customers. So imagine if you had set your stuff on a chair and you went down and you were in the pool for 45 minutes and you came back and your stuff was gone.
That's
So,
what's it's gonna have to come to.
That's what it's going to have to come to, but you're going to have to know that there's a place where your stuff has been put, you know.
Well, I mean,
and
hey,
someone else is in the chair and your cell phone's gone because you left it at the chair and didn't take it with you.
Shame on you
so-
if you brought your cell phone and left it unattended. I mean, that's scary to me.
But this is what things are happening. You know, people are leaving stuff on chairs. They hit
there's chair hogs out there.
There is chair hogs. I've seen it.
The good old days gone by where we argued about chair hogs and what to do about them.
Right?
And the ship was ruled by kids.
The ship.
Yeah.
Family cruise lines. If you don't want kids, go on the adult cruise lines.
for this one, huh?
Yeah. And I think Royal did offer a lot of promotions where your third and fourth passenger was free, or kids under 16 were free. So they could bring, a family of 5, 2 parents and 3 kids could go on a cruise ship for the cost of 2 parents. So it was very affordable.
If you were
online.
hoping to get on a cruise ship and not see any kids, there's only one that
It's
I'm
not
aware
happening.
of that does that.
Virgin.
Minus buying your own yacht and
Yeah.
no
And-
permission to come aboard for you, young man.
Exactly.
All right,
That's true.
Next review. The adults-only solarium area on the ship had kids in it all the time. We even said something to someone, and their response was, well, as long as they're with their parents or with them, they'll be fine. Very disappointed. We came without our kids, so we didn't have to deal with them. And the only adult and the only adults-only place allowed kids in there. There was supposed to be no smoking allowed in the room balconies. We booked a balcony to be able to sit outside and enjoy the evening and morning, and we had someone smoking on their deck all the time. We even told someone about it, and nothing was done about it. Scrolling down, only one pool for adults, and it was packed. The pools say limit 21 people in the pool, and there was over 50 consistently. Why have rules if they don't get followed?
We've had this complaint before too. There's a lot of rules that are posted all over the place, and people that want to follow the rules are people that follow the rules.
Yeah, there's not a lot of enforcement for rules that
Yeah.
we've seen. Short of dangerous things, people putting
Yeah.
themselves in harm's way or doing something that's going to
Right.
put someone else in harm's way.
But it's pretty much game on. You really have to push the envelope to get security.
Well, you could
action.
basically replace this review with a review about how someone wouldn't get off their ass. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
We were constantly being minded, and we felt like Big Brother was watching the whole time. So,
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere, hopefully, there's a balance. You know,
Because if you took that review,
people smoke on the
and put
balconies.
security
It
in-
happens. We see it. I've smelled it. I get it. It's a legit complaint
It
for
is.
people that don't smoke. There are kids all over the ship because
It's a family cruise
where
line.
they go. And the pool sizing on most cruise ships, they could do a much better job, I think, at making appropriate pool sizes. They, you know,
I've seen some pretty dinky pools on ships. Right. But
so that one,
it's a ship.
there's some
it's
validity.
Carrying water. It's heavy. Jeez.
Okay.
Just get me on a ship and let these
I wound a little bit there, sister.
these negative Nellies need to.
Okay, next review. Skipping to the highlighted portion. We paid over $300 for a couples massage that came with a hot tub soak. The massage was great and relaxing, but afterward you were pressured very hard into buying the product they used on you, and many times we told the lady we were not interested, and she became a real smart butt and proceeded to inform us that's why our bodies are in bad shape.
So, no matter where you go, and these people in the salons probably have a quota to meet, and they're probably told they need to upsell and upsell. And when you get told no more than once, I mean, look at our kids. You tell them no, and they throw temper tantrums, and then you ignore temper tantrums, and eventually they get over it. But
I think they might have took that the wrong way. I really can't imagine a sales tactic including shaming your client.
Yeah, I don't.
Right.
It might have been a bad day for that person, but they do have a quota, and they are told to upsell.
You know why you're in this condition is because you don't use this product. Well, now that you rub this product on me, I still have this condition. So
Exactly.
there you go.
Yeah. $300 for a couples massage.
Hey, I ain't touching that one. I know it happens and people pay for it, so.
I don't want any woman rubbing her hands all over you.
Well, you're in luck because I'm not spending $300 on that. That shit's going to the drink package. I put my own hands on myself for $300. All right, next review. Having been a fan of Royal and its sister ships, this was a huge disappointment. I chose this ship that was supposed to have the Dreamworks program catering to little kids. After paying in full, I was told the program was canceled and there was nothing that would replace it. I paid $500 for an almost 2-year-old to sit in one mini splash pool. The best part is kids wake up early and the pool doesn't open until 10. The last day, the filter was broke and we couldn't even go in it for hours. Located right next to a larger splash park that she couldn't go in with a diaper or any other pool on the ship. I was told there would be multiple options of things to do with a young child. Okay, great. If I want to put my baby in an indoor playroom on vacation, no thanks. Do a Disney cruise is all I can say. So yeah, I wasn't allowed to bring a duty diaper into a pool.
Well, it didn't say duty diaper.
I wonder if this is the same diaper.
This might be the same
in the
diaper.
hallway.
Yeah. But yeah, if you really if you have the money and you have young kids, spend it on a Disney cruise. It's a magical vacation because everything Disney is magical.
Well,
However,
I think cruising with a 2-year-old is going to require a little
lot
extra.
more work.
You're not going to get to do everything. I mean, you have the same in the regular world. I mean, nothing changed because you paid the money to get on a cruise ship. All of a sudden, you're exempt from having a 2-year-old.
And had this been a land vacation versus a ship vacation, they would have had the same issues had the kids program been canceled. I mean, they would have had the same issues. They would have had to,
I mean, it's unfortunate that the little pool broke for the maybe
travel insurance.
Yeah, that sucks. Well, I don't know that your travel insurance would pay out because the pool broke, but
no, but the travel insurance they could have canceled and gotten a refund after they found out the program wasn't.
Well, it sounds like it just happened kind of in the middle of it, but the fact that the cruise line wasn't willing to say, yeah, it's fine for you to take a baby with a diaper on this other pool, I kind of get that, right?
I do.
No, personally, if I was Royal, I'd just give her her money back on the $500.
Yeah.
And it doesn't say it didn't. Doesn't say it did, but unfortunate to say the least, right?
So sad.
Yeah, but apparently diapers. That's
diapers
a problem.
are a problem on Royal. Diapers,
food,
and
the ship's too steady.
Too steady.
Or too loud or too quiet. Take your pick.
It's either a funeral or a Walmart.
And typical smoking stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get what you get.
That's
So-
what happens when you're with a group of people.
There you go. There's some bad internet cruise reviews on the Harmony of the Seas. Given the chance to sail on the Harmony of the Seas?
Yeah.
On. Yeah,
Yeah,
good to go.
I'm on.
Bazillion reviews on this one. Once again, totally dinky little percentage that would go down to the 1-star rating. I think some of them maybe have a case, and others you might be Nelly negative looking for something to complain about.
Yeah. A lot of these reviews would have been just as easily turned positive had they just gone with the flow.
Fair enough. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you coming by.
Celebrate the day.
Thanks for watching. Much love to our friends. Be the good in the world. Spread the love and go on an adventure. Please like, comment, and subscribe.